started in more the spring semester of 1964, because the band really didn't start playing for hockey games, obviously, until the fall of '64. But we had three things happen that came together. One was a new president who wanted us to look like and act like an Ivy League school. We had cheerleaders that would come out and sometimes fall down on the ice, but you know, those kind of things. And one of the things we'd been wanting to do, we took some instruments down to the ECACs the Christmas of '62. And we were just outclassed by Brown and Harvard and Yale and all the other bands that were there. So it made us kind of feel, hey, maybe we can do some of this as well. So we went to the new president. We want three things. We would like uniforms. At that time it was like green blazers, skinny ties, you know. And we would like some instruments. We need a bass horn, a tuba. We need a bass drum, 2 snares, because those are things that people don't pack and bring to school, you know. And the third and probably the most important thing was 3 trips. We wanted bus trips. We wanted to go first class, not just a bunch of guys in the cars, but we wanted to go first class to away games, one of which was the ECACs down in New York. But the idea was that that was the incentive. People didn't travel that much in those days away from school. So to go see an away game was a big deal. And the incentive was that you could only miss 3 combination of either games or practices. We actually did practice a little bit in the beginning to make the seat on the bus. And so we were able to convince the president that we went in with about double of what we wanted, but he gave it all to us. I got all 25 uniforms. A friend of mine went down to the local Westons and bought it, and came back with the uniforms, including the skimmer hats. The instruments came through, so we were ready to go in October of '64. We had a group of musicians which were quite talented, many of which came from the ROTC band. And this was just prior to Vietnam. And there were a number of us that decided not to continue the second 2 years in the United States Army. The first 2 years we could take in lieu of gym and be in the band. So I was a drum major of the band, and we had a pretty good ROTC band. But a group of us decided not to continue on. I wanted the Navy commission, and the Army guy got very red in the face when I asked for that from the Army. So I dropped out, and others did as well. So we had a group that was not playing together planned for the following September. So they were gung-ho and wanted to do something. So we did. We had the money and the uniforms and the instruments from the president. We had a group of talented folks. Many came from the ROTC band, some did not. Peter Prescott, for example, excellent trumpet player. He came from bands and drum corps elsewhere. And third was an upwelling in spirit. And I think that spirit is really what has maintained the band. The spirit in the school was such that they really wanted to focus on the cheers and the band. And the band members, very importantly, wanted that spirit and gave that spirit as well.